Yeah, I think it needs a tick before it will populate that list. We'll just have to freeze when it does. Because I'm going to want to override some of this. Or can I do... Hold on. Can I add an animal here? Okay, so stop auto butcher. But I'll leave on the auto watch. So I think this will populate spin races whenever it does a processing tick. Because it'll save it. Normally I do it through the command line. So you have to like type it in. Names are auto magic. Oh, the dwarf names? Yeah, they're all being auto-nicked now. Okay, a lot of our dwarves are busy. Lots of things being put in our stockpiles, just fine. Okay, Mason's workshop is set up over here. I don't think there's a way for me to copy the Mason's jobs from one to the other, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, I'm going to cancel the armor stand. We won't put that on repeat. Thrones, coffins, doors... Cabinets for our big, like, mass bedrooms is going to be fine. I don't think we're going to make rock statues. If we do, they're going to be on demand. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. And I'll do the same thing. Oops. Blocks, thrones, coffins, doors. I like coffins in our list of things that happen enough that we need to make sure there's an auto-repeat going on for it. Okay, those look the same. Set up the repeats. And then what we're going to do is go up here, find our Mason's workshop, which is here, and we're just going to remove it. So we're slowly going to be migrating our production down to these proper floors. A stray animal is tame isn't by definition no longer a stray. There's tame versus trained. There's a couple of different things. Metal Shaper is doing some high-pitched percussion like cymbals. I like how you're just defining or figuring out what kind of music each cast does. What are these? I wonder. Can't click. We're doing an autosave. Strays mean now an actual owner. Oh, that's right. Yeah, stray as opposed to, yeah, adopted. It's tame, but not adopted. Yeah. It's not often I get the chance to tell a dwarf joke, but when I do, I try to keep it short! Says map staring. Oh, there are seeds. Okay. We need some bags for seeds? Oh yeah, how's our food coming? We haven't watched it in a while. I like how we got big question marks. Got lots of plants. Yeah, because we did grab a bunch of plants off the surface. We're going cabbage. Oh, I'm so excited for that cabbage beer, you guys. Brussels sprout wine. In Germany, you can get sauerkraut like juice. It's supposed to be very, very good for you, very healthy. So I guess that's sort of what we're doing with our giant Brussels sprouts / cabbages. Would rather have a flesh render as a friend than render my friend flesh. Pickled cabbage. Look at this guy bragging about having friends. So how are dwarves moved? Okay, everyone's kind of content right now, which is good. We should take the opportunity to take a look at one of our dwarves. Sarge, you know what? Sarge Dragon. We keep noticing him because he's going hunting. Let's actually take a look at what his deal is. So Sarge, who's female, she is annoyed after sleeping on a rough cave floor. Ooh, I might not have enough beds. Dejected after being unable to acquire something for too long. I mean, no clothes, doesn't have a personal room with the ability to store things, I don't know. Felt self-pity after being unable to practice a craft for too long. Okay, so that there is going to be one of the things we're going to maybe have to contend with a little bit. So this means that Sarge Dragonis here wasn't able to work on a craft where, like, skill matters, or it's one of the moodable crafts and things like that. And for some of our categories, that is going to be a bit of a problem. Theoretically, I think she could satisfy this by doing leatherworking, but we don't have anything ordered leatherworking wise yet. But I mean, I don't think that by itself is going to cause dwarves to break. It just be that some of our casts might just have to deal with that. Within the last season, she felt fondness talking to a friend, felt fondness after making a friend, felt pleasure near a fine trade depot, felt pleasure at remembering a fine trade depot, felt panic reliving being accosted by slugs. You know what? I don't blame her. That is terrifying. Felt euphoric due to inebriation. Hello. Fondness talking to acquaintance. Let's move down a little bit. She's a dubious worshipper of Nekal, citizen of Letter of Notching, which is our civilization. Same civilization as last time. She's a member of the Cult of Burying. Sounds creepy. And the Wire Speakers. She is 87 years old, born on the 9th of Malachite. She is corpulent. Wow. Her slightly hooked nose is extremely long. Her brass eyes have thin irises. Her very long hair is tied in a ponytail. Her ears are broad. Her eyebrows are short. Her ecru skin is wrinkled. Her nose bridge is somewhat concave. Her hair is dark taupe with flecks of gray. Her eyelashes are somewhat short. I like how it details their eyelashes. This is this game. She's almost never sick and very strong, but she's slow to heal. So this wouldn't necessarily make a good military dwarf by virtue of being slow to heal. That can be a big problem for that. But very strong means she might win more of her battles. She likes cobalite, bismuth bronze, tanzanite, llama wool, linen fabric, the color russet, tetrahedra, battle axes, cabinets, crowns, and the sound of the rhyming smile. When possible, she prefers to consume cavi fish, and teff beer. Absolutely detests slugs. So yeah, panicked reliving being accosted by slug. This might have happened earlier in her life, even before coming to the fort. At some point, she was accosted by slugs, and now she has a lifelong fear of it. A lot of willpower, good creativity. Next to no natural musical ability. Tell me about it. So some of those traits are going to be important at some point, maybe when you choose nobles. It can also definitely have an impact on who we might choose to elevate to certain castes, because certain skill jobs, certain mutable skills will lead to artifacts being made out of certain material. And if so for example, this one had a fondness for battle axes. So I think if she got into a strange mood, assuming she could have a strange mood for weaponsmithing, I think she'd be more likely to make a battle axe as opposed to something else. I'm not sure, but I think that's how it does weight some things. So we have our craft dwarf shop over here. Now, this is specifically for rock crafts only. So we're going to make our rock mugs at both of these. Now, is there anything else made of rock that we would like to do here? Well, you know what? We can start constructing nest boxes. We'll put a workflow constraint where we want nest boxes. You know, keep 2 to 4 of those around for future construction. We could make jugs and pots. So some of them act as barrels, some of them act as bins. Some of them have to be fired later. I don't remember which is which. We can make hives, which is interesting. Altars, die. So some of these we can just make a request like on the fly. Right, like maybe I don't put a repeating job for nest box. Maybe I put in a management request for X number of nest box when we figure out what we want. So we do want the rock mugs on repeat though. That's 100% something that we want going on forever and ever and ever. So yeah, we're gonna have some of the different castes will also all have their own craft dwarf workshop with different jobs specified. One of the positive things about that is, you know, these guys are, you know, the places that are doing rock crafts are going to be near a source of rocks, and the people making bone crafts will be next to a source of bone. So different castes have walls made of different materials. Well, I mean, the walls I think are ultimately mostly going to be smooth rock in places because that's what we're digging out. However, I could certainly see the situation where I don't know if you can make like leather curtains or something like that. It would be nice to have decor like themed of different things. We could, for the metal dudes, we could like do like plated walls of something. That's something possible. Plan for a standard army. How many squads are you gonna have? We're gonna have a lot. I think we're gonna have probably targeting at least like a third of our fortress being soldiers. It'll sort of depend. As the fortress gets bigger, we probably will have more and more squads, especially since I do want to send some of them out on missions. So right now, we have a total of 18 citizens, although one of them is a child, so 17 citizens. And really the question is how many peasants we've got going around. So we are starting to hit our key mass over here. I would like at least a pair, maybe, of dwarves in each one of these castes, just so that they can have like a slightly reduced overlapping jobs. And then it really is going to be about that. In fact, I'm tempted to maybe make one of our peasants now into a solar soldier, just for whatevs. But I don't know. Max amount of adult dwarves, I don't think I changed it, so it should be set to 200. Yeah, population cap 200, child cap 100. So I didn't make any changes there. So we can have a pretty big fortress. If a dwarf was escaping jail by climbing down a wall, would that be a little condescending? A little condescending. Oh, the puns! The socking. Was the sock at least filled with nickels? Hoofkins, no. It was just a plain sock wielded by an undead human. Oh! So this is an example. Oh, this might have come in on a migration wave. Because they bring animals with them. But yeah, it would have been... It'd be nice if there was a DF hack script that was just like, you know, you could just attach it to zone and say, listen, if there's any unpastured grazing animals, just auto-assign them over here. But at least there is a DF hack thing that tells us when something is starving, because that was the problem. In normal DF hack or your Dwarf Fortress, you don't get a big pop-up about that. I think it shows up in the alert, but it's easy to miss. And then all of a sudden, like, you have some animals die because they were never pastured, which is especially a problem if some of those animals are actually pets. Smoothing is happening so slowly. Normally what I often do, just because I want I don't really tend to do a lot of engraving, and I want walls smooth just so they look good to us. I mean, they also give good thoughts to the dwarves, and since smoothing doesn't care about skill other than speed, often I'll have smoothing turned on for everyone, or like most dwarves, so when I smooth an area, it just gets smoothed en masse and happens really quick. So now we got this like 1/4 smoothed room going on. Smoothing's done by slugs. Not the slugs! Oh, the humanity. All right, things are being stored over here and moved. I wish I could have caught that person with the little thing. So I don't think anyone's doing any mining, because there's stone knockers, stone blocks, sleeping, and we have another stone knocker over here. I'm helping, who of course is smoothing, so they never do that. So these are the only two who can do that, and they are busy. I could temporarily tell them not to do any macing or crafting, just so we can focus on the mining. Well, the masonry jobs are eventually going to run out. Oh, I could turn off the stone mugs over here, but no. I'll leave them on for now until it gets deconstructed. So the masonry will eventually run out. I guess the blocks are kind of sort of being done forever. On the other hand, the blocks are a really good way to train the masonry for everything else. And the blocks will be good for construction. I don't know. I guess, you know what I could do? For now, what I'll just do is change the limit on the blocks. Because, yeah, we've already got over 100. I'm just going to say, listen, keep between like 50 and 60 blocks. We don't need too many anymore. That'll free up more time for mining, which I want to do. DF Hack recently added 2 new commands, build now and dig now. Yeah, so build now, I believe, any building, any construction you have set up, you type build now, it'll instantly finish. And then, yeah, dig now, I think we'll do the same thing. I think it's any designation. So anything you've got dug, smoothed, anything like that, will just instantly be done. I don't want to do that. Like, we are using DF Hack mostly for quality of life stuff. But not too much overt cheating things. Because we're mostly just trying to play the game. But sometimes people play for different reasons, right? There's a reason like the fast dwarf command exists and various things like that. Some people really are just trying to do things, you know, they're really playing the game to be creative. And so it's just like playing The Sims. Dwarf Fortress is exactly the same as The Sims. People play for different reasons. And that's the reason the cheat codes are there. What happens when the dwarves invent crypto? Then they get expelled. Is it already 3:15? I feel like we've been playing for like maybe an hour and a half, not 3 hours. Holy crap. Oh, there's so much more I want to do. If we get another migrant wave, we're definitely going to have a full military. But I propose we grab one of our peasants and militarize them. Although we haven't even started equipment building. Mostly, I would really like, we have iron. Okay, this is starting to come out. Good. What I'm going to do, I don't think we have a wood furnace yet. On the surface here, since we don't have a wood area, build E wood furnace. 1, 2. I'm going to set up a couple of wood furnaces so that our woodwhackers are going to start making some coal for us. We allowed you stream DF all day. I'm going to be so dead, but it would be fun. God, I love this game. And I'm really excited for this fort. I really tried to put in an effort to like make sure I was like in the mindset of making sure to inject things with personality, doing things differently. And I think a lot of that is going to succeed. So how many woodwhackers do we have? We do have 2. And currently they're both idle, which is interesting because, oh, they might be waiting for an architect. Oh, masonry. Oh, probably because it's being made out of stone. If I cancel the wood furnace, oh, hold on. No, wood furnace probably always has to be made out of stone. Okay, let me turn off the global planning mode. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you couldn't make a wood furnace out of wood. We should just lie about the time. We play Lords and Villains again. Pullick, that's a great question. And I can 100% tell you, yes, because I've already recorded 3 episodes of new Lords and Villains Let's Play. And a shout out to Budsco, who is someone who donated a very large amount to Extra Life and met an incentive to request a Let's Play. And Budsco requested a Lords and Villains Let's Play. So I have begun that. I have 3 episodes recorded. I was hoping to record a little bit more before I start airing the episode so there's not a gap. But yes, there is, and I'm so hyped because it's a wonderful game. I didn't start a Let's Play for it right away because it was something I originally did as a sponsored thing, and I always feel kind of uneasy sometimes doing regular content with the sponsored thing, just because, I don't know, my brain feels weird about sponsored stuff all the time, which I think is probably a healthy default, but maybe I take it to an extreme because I really wanted to play more Lords and Villains because I thought it was great. Although at the time when I did it, it was still very early access. It's still early access, but it was very early access, and some things were still sort of waiting before they're implemented. A lot more of the gameplay is in place, so yeah, I'm very excited. We have started a Let's Play for that, and hopefully it'll be online probably within a couple of days, I suspect. If I can record a couple more episodes for it tomorrow, so I have 5 in the bank, I'll feel pretty good about starting to air them. Thick enough wood furnace, it may only work once. Okay, wood furnace is good here. So mostly what we need to do is be making charcoal en masse. Yeah, so I'll put a workflow thing. Technically, if we have more than 50 bars of coal waiting, you could probably stop. And if we happen, for some reason, to end up with some coke, right? If we run into lignite or something like that, or bituminous coal, which I don't think we have in this embark, maybe we can trade for some. Theoretically, that will add against the coal total, but mostly, like 99% of all the coal we have is going to be made from charcoal, so it's going to be made over here. But a stockpile of 50 is going to be a really good buffer. I'll also set up a job to set up ash. Now, I don't think ash gets used for anything directly. I think ash gets made into, I think you can make it into potash for fertilizing, but mostly you make ash into lye into soap. So I'll set up the job, but yeah, just keep 5 to 10 around over here. We don't even really need it now. You know what? Actually, then never mind. I'm going to cancel it. When we set it up properly on the woodwhacker floor, we'll put it back in. But for now, what we only need this is we need this set up so that we can make some coal. And there we go. Right away. Who this? That's Warwolf, one of our 2 woodwhackers, because I don't think we have any wood chopping set up. I think our carpentry, like all of our needs have been met there, unless we turn out we just need some more barrels all of a sudden, or bins all of a sudden. I think we're going to get a lot of wood burning, which is going to be very good. So down here, okay, we got to wait a little bit more for some diggy hole. I think ash is one of the types of glass. Clear? Maybe. Migrants! All right. So I'm going to go and type Autonic. So our new migrants will get some names. Alex Candy making a masterpiece plumwood bin. Lovely. What, we're midsummer. So theoretically we could get a human caravan. And let me just double check. Yep, okay, the depot is accessible and is accessible by wagon over here. Lovely. Good. Okay. You want your depots to be accessible by wagon if you can, because merchants can bring a lot more goods via wagon. So they bring more, but they can also take more away and let you make more profit and stuff. Wagons can't go up and down stairs. They also can't traverse any tile that has a trap in it. So the depot being down here implies that there's going to be no traps at all between the surface and here, which can be scary. But that's why we're going to have like various other barricades and stuff like that. What will the woodwhacker floor look like? A tree? Maybe. Sort of, yeah, more branching? Let's say more organic looking? I mean, to a certain extent, yes. You know what? I just realized we don't have a smoothing job over here, and we should be able to reach... How come I didn't highlight this for smoothing? Because this should be smoothable. You should be able to stand here and smooth, but we're not even getting... Like, this blinking here, this is pending smoothing. We're not even getting the pending smoothing command over here. Is it because we started mining here, and if it takes one whack of mining, it might disable it? No, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe one of these tiles. They can reach it because of the slope. And even if it was unreachable, you could still designate it. Can't stand a tile with no ground. Yeah, but you could still designate it, even if it wasn't possible. But maybe I'm wrong. You know what we can do? Let's build, construct, floor. We'll put a little flooring tile here out of gabbro blocks. And we'll see if that changes, because that might be the thing. In which case, what'll happen from this one here... Actually, build, construct, floor. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll deconstruct these two and build one here to do the corner, if that turns out to be the reason why it's not working. Had that before. You had to mine out and rebuild the block. Yeah, I know that one time we did, because we partially dug out, or we started digging, then we changed our mind. Now, see, it is working. I guess unreachable tiles can't be designated to be smoothed. I guess that might be the case, because I can designate things to be mined that aren't reachable. But I guess if it's not reachable, it can't be smoothed. Okay, see, because I don't think they started mining any of this. So now this is going to be reachable, and this is going to be fine. So we can still use this downward slope to go up and down. As soon as really this block here gets smoothed, I can deconstruct this floor, build it here, we can smooth that, and then finish everything up. Was there something else I was going to respond to? I don't remember. Can't make more boats, that's fine. Buzzard stealing our food. We struck Gosh Night. Gosh! Did we? Oh, the migrants! That's what was it! Yes, thank you. Okay, so we're going to go over here. Sort by migration wave. Oh, read. There they are. So at least 4. There might be more with children. We are going to set all these to peasants for the moment. Adder's Junior Rides Again is actually quite a good bone carver, but I don't know if that's a skill we were really looking at as a priority. Now, I actually, when I was arranging these jobs, and I went through a lot of different iterations. Even before I came up with the 7 pillars thing, I went through a lot of different iterations. And for a while, what I had is my doctors, my bone saws, were bone carvers. They were the only bone carvers in my fort. So I had medical dwarves that had all the medical labors turned on, plus bone carving. As a bonus, it gave them an outlet for their need to do something creative from time to time, which is really fun. Give them a mootable skill, which I think bone carving counts as. And thematically, it really fits. I think in the current setup, I have bone carving part of the flesh render sort of overall task, but that might change. That might change. Pulbuck, I literally just answered you. Like the last time you asked, like 4 minutes ago when you asked? Yes, I'm playing Lords and Villain. I literally have started a Let's Play. I got 3 episodes recorded. They'll start to air relatively soon. Okay, so these 4 are now set to peasants. And again, no extraordinary skill. Level 10's pretty good over here. Woodcutting skill. I mean, honestly, we could use another woodwhacker or 2. But I think I'm mostly excited to maybe militarize. So, okay, I've set them as peasants. So what we're going to do now is from our peasant pool. Oh, right, these are managers and things like that. From our peasant pool, we're going to start a military squad. Maybe we'll take... I was talking about having 1/3 of my total population maybe be in the army. We could look at it almost as a ratio to our peasants. maybe it should be a 2-to-1 ratio of peasants to military. So right now, if I took 3 or 4 peasants and put them in the military, that would leave like 7 or 8, right? So like 8 peasants to 4 military. So let's consider maybe grabbing 4 of the peasants and throwing them into the military. So we're gonna go to military tab. Our metal crafting should be coming up soon. So I think what I want to do is configure a melee squad. And get started on axes. On the other hand, I could just immediately make some wooden crossbows. But even on the crossbows, you'd rather have them be metal. Because when they get into melee, they use them as hammers. We do have some really strong dwarves. Brixified over here with a 95 strength. Oh shit, all my dwarves have shit recuperation, except for Green Eyes. Okay, Green Eyes with 77 strength, 72 toughness, and 84 recuperation. Now, we look at the numbers here in Dwarf Therapist, but you can actually see it in the description, right? If we look in here, okay, this just is only listing their personality and preference. I guess if we looked at Green Eyes inside a Dwarf Fortress, and we look at their physical traits in here, incredibly quick to heal and strong, susceptible to disease and quick to tire. So being quick to tire is not good because they will get exhausted in battle a lot, but I think you can train this up through practice. But incredibly quick to heal and strong sounds like a really good meleeer to me. This fortress wheelchair accessible? It is actually. It is. It's well, the top of it. There's still a staircase to get down to the work layers, but yeah, the Great Hall definitely is, and this level here will be as well. And I mean, we could add, you know, we could have an entire like OSHA compliant floor. Not OSHA. OSHA's the work one. I mean, it's American too, which I am not. But Americans with Disability Act, ADA. Yeah, and if we're taking American men, it's just humane. It's like stairs. Stairs are overrated. Build more ramps. Come on, it's bullshit. What I hate the worst is when you're like somewhere, you get a shop, and it's like right on the sidewalk, right? And it's got that lip right there. You just look at it and I'm like, that's stupid. It's like, how much effort is it to take like 10 centimeters and make a little slope? It's just so stupid and goes to show you like, you know, people just don't think about it. There's not that sense of awareness. Okay, so Green Eyes is going to be, so we can assign her here. I say her. I can't remember actually what Green Eyes is. It is a her. Okay, I was like, I think I remember seeing some she's and things like that. So Green Eyes, I think, is going to be our militia commander to start things off. Boom. There we go. And that also means over here in Dwarf Therapist is you are going to be assigned to the soldier profession, which actually just removes all labors from you. We're going like full Spartan here. A soldier is a soldier is a soldier. Period. So if we go into the military screen, we can create a squad. And so we are going to designate the squad as having metal armor, which we don't have any yet, but that's what we're going to get things started off. We don't have a place for a barracks or anything. Maybe we should leave you as a peasant for now. Okay, I've assigned you the squad, but I can't make the squad active. We need barracks, because I want you to start training. So, hold on a sec. I'm going to leave you in the squad, but I am going to just put you back to the peasant profession, just temporarily, so that you're doing something with your life, you're hauling. Because the idea is, soldiers are only going to train or patrol. Right now, she can't train, and she doesn't have any gear yet, so... Yeah, okay, let's take a beat. Let's go down and check... our metal crafting... level is done. So let's planning mode our doors, please. Build door planning mode, thank you. Actually, I guess I can just turn the global planning mode on again. And I am going to go and say we are only using blocks for all construction from now on, unless I want to manually upgrade it. We do have a constant set of blocks coming in. I mean, it doesn't affect the doors because it's furniture. But if I put up walls, floors, anything like that, it's only going to use cut blocks from now on. Yeah, you know what? I will put some extra doors over here. Keep that flow. Good. Okay. So, we are making smelters. Oh, I didn't check. What's the inaccessible tiles for smelters? Dwarves can move diagonally, right? So this tile here, with the bright X, it's a little harder to see. This tile here that I'm pointing at is inaccessible. But I think dwarves can move from here to there through the door. I know they can work diagonally. No, they can squeeze diagonally. Some quick compact designs need diagonal doors. Yeah, okay. Dwarves and things, they can definitely go through diagonals. Okay, so smelter being here is going to be A-okay and not cause problems. Now, this is more smelters than we can actually work right now, but that's going to be okay. And then... Okay, we will want glass and things like that too. That'll be a good example of like areas that are laid out differently. But then what I want here is workshop metalsmith's forge, like so. I really don't need a separate stockpile over here, so the metalsmith forge rooms could have really been laid out differently. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I'm gonna make a stockpile for bars/blocks. No, sorry, that's wrong. I'm making a stockpile for stone over here. And specifically, this is going to be just for metal ores. So we're going to block all, permit metal ores right there. And then Alt-P for copy stock. So, oops. So these guys should also have the setting where they're only metal ores. Good. Then I'm going to make a new stockpile for bars/blocks right here, which is only going to carry coal. Which is bars of coal right there. And then another bar/block stockpile right up over here, which is only for metal bars. Blocks of metal? No. Metal bars. Excellent. I guess these guys could have like, because they're, okay, what are they going to produce out of these furnaces? They're going to produce furniture, weapons, armor, ammunition, coins. Do I want them stockpiled here or somewhere else? Kind of feels like I should get them stockpiled on this floor. So maybe what I'll do... Furniture, weapons, armor, and a little bit of extra room. I think we'll do a stockpile right here, which is going to be for the finished goods we produce on this floor. Should it be a different shape other than square? I mean, whenever possible, right? Although for the stockpile, it's going to be really awkward for some of this. Maybe this one should just be square. Oh, the auto melt one. That's a good point. There we go. Just so that's not completely just square. Stockpile somewhere else, but have it auto melt stockpile on this floor. Oh, I see what you're saying. The other thing I could do is I could use the level above or below for the actual stockpiling. Floor looks like the head of a hammer right now. Just make a shaft. Holy shit. By Grabthar's hammer! What an idea! We could do it this way. The other way we could do it is like this, so you've got a bit more of a concept of the place where you hang on. This meow meow, exactly! Darcy, best character. I was gonna say best character in the MCU. Second best. The best is, what's his name from Ant-Man who tells the stories? It's meow meow. Well, I mean, now we've got this. I mean, I could make these little nubbins like 3, because then we could put a little workshop in here. But you know what? I think the metal crafters are going to have 2 floors. This one is absolutely 100% going to be themed just for the metalworking. And yeah, we'll stick the finished goods and stuff in here, and then like a level above or level below. Because the other things that are counted as part of my stone knockers are pottery if we decide to do that, and glass making. But we'll have those be on different floors. Yeah, Kat Dennings is Darcy, and she can't pronounce Mjolnir, so it's like meow meow. That's a Thor 1. I don't know if it comes up again in Thor 2. Oh, I love it. Kat Denning, isn't she broke? Yes, she is one half of a couple of broke girls. An anvil ship below. Yeah, well, I mean, we could, but we really don't need that space unless they live in the anvil. But maybe. Each floor is shaped like a different tool. I guess that's a good point, because, like, what tool would we associate with, like, glass? What shape would we associate? I mean, with pottery, I mean, we could make it look like a pot or a mug. Because they are going to be responsible. Oh, no, they're not doing the mugs. Oh, wait. I'm wrong about this. The metal it's the stone workers who are doing pottery, and maybe glass. I think I have glass part of the stone. Glass making is part of the stone. But you do use heat in furnaces, and so it could be metal. I think glass could go either way. We could have it be part of the stone knockers or the metal shapers. I mean, we already have our stone layer. Like, our stone, this, and again, there's going to be different themes. The idea was round rooms to represent boulders and square rooms to represent blocks. And so the metal crafters have gone in a different direction. My God. I'm so happy. Oh, it's our first Feymood! Because we don't have artifacts yet, right? No, this is our first one. Alex Candy, who has been doing great work for us already, has been taken by Feymood. All right, so he's a carpenter, yeah? Yeah, he's a woodwhacker. And if we take a look at his thoughts, what are his preferences? He likes colnite, iron, schorl, crystal glass, the color orange, beds, artifact bed. Goats for their eating habits, the words of the crystalline steel, and the sound of the cerulean music. When possible, she prefers to consume one-humped camel cheese and whip wine. She absolutely detests jumping spiders. All right. So, yeah, she's going to claim a carpenter's workshop. They're, like, panning to the side. I haven't figured out how to eliminate that. Oh. She's not getting something. So what has she grabbed so far? Okay, first of all, there's a shit ton of stuff in here because it's just full. We have tons of bins. Now, do empty bins go in furniture stockpiles? Do you notice there's like beds and buckets over here? There's clearly... let me just make, first of all, a new furniture stockpile because I suspect that might be full up. The problem is, so I was trying to figure out what she's taken for a job. She's got applewood logs. That's probably all she's grabbed so far. So, okay, she wants pictures of skeletons, pictures of forests. Oh, that's it. Just making sure it's not... Yeah, that is it. So she wants boned and she wants wood. Someone wants to get boned. Or she wants someone with wood. Anyway, so probably we don't have any bone around. We are consuming bone to these bolts, although it's currently suspended. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the wooden bolts. Wait, did I have... I removed wooden bolts, not bone bolts there. Add in the wood bolts again. Okay, so the bone bolts job has been removed, and it was only in this one, so that should no longer consume any more bones. Now, to get bones, hopefully, there's some hunting going on. Any chance... Can I search by job? Yeah. Sarge is not doing anything. I'm assuming that means that they don't hunt ducks. So the best way for us to get some bone very quickly, bone, is for us to butcher an animal. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, this reminds me. How's the auto butcher? How do you get this to, like, actually activate? Because I can't toggle much. I know what I did before. If I set row... There you go. Start auto butcher. Yeah, I don't know. So let me change this back. Because we had auto butcher on before and it didn't do it, but I don't know. Maybe something changed. Maybe I had to turn on the auto watch first, let it populate, now auto butcher back on. Anyway, what I want to do is change this default again. So the male kids to 1 and the male adults to 1. This is the default for all the species unless we override it. We're going to turn off the watch for dogs because we actually want our dog population to go nuts because we're going to be recruiting tons of them into war dogs. We are going to watch every other species and butcher them if they get too populated. We might tweak the number of turkeys we support once we get nest boxes set up, but for now we can leave that there. However, we still have a few things that we're not planning on having breeding pairs for. So horses and yaks, for example. I propose we butcher the yak cow currently. Because, well, maybe I still give milk. I don't think it's linked to pregnancy. Oh, they're both females. Female horse as well. And the foal, we won't get as much from. Oh, there we go. We've got a male donkey foal. Let me do that. And there is some slaughtering turned on because we have more than 6 hens, and that's okay. Well, then, you know what? The foal doesn't have to do because we've got some things going on right now. We've got a poult over here that is the pet of Mickey. All right, so a couple of things are going to get slaughtered. So we are going to get some bone out of that, which will help us finish the... call the yaksmith! Which is going to help us finish this artifact. I'm going to be very excited for when we can clear this main hall out and really make it pretty. Once we've cleared out all the temporary work stuff from here, I think that'll be the signal for when we dig it down and give it some second Z level, just because it'll be fun. And when I'm talking about like levels and stacking, I'd say Z level because, I don't know, it's a little easier. Plus, I don't know, programming community, when you talk about like CSS layers and things like that, you talk about Z levels, even though I say Z when I'm just saying the letter. All right, mysterious construction is a go. So yeah, the turkey hen and the donkey foal were both slaughtered. And that gave some bone, so the mysterious construction starter. What are we gonna get? Now this is a carpenter's workshop. You can make beds there, and we know that Alex Candy over here likes beds. It might be an artifact bed, because I think that's what it gets used. I think there's some like RNG that can happen, but I think if they have a preference, it does get used. We'll see. An artifact bed would be epic, yeah. I mean, we could just save it for our leader. Artifact bed's good. I mean, I think it's just dwarves get happy thoughts when they're near well-constructed things, including artifacts. Bed with menacing spikes. Oh man, menace with what kind of bone did she grab? Well, we'll wait and see when it finishes. Menacing spikes of bones, like the bed of nails magic trick. Yeah. So we're getting some new piglets, which is great. There we go! An applewood bed! Indeed! Let's take a look at our very first artifact. It's only worth 3,600 dwarf bucks, but it's only made of wood and bone, so it's not going to be that impressive that way. Description. This is an applewood bed. All craft worship is of the highest quality. Oh yeah, what is the name? It's called Basanildum, which is sprayed fainted. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It's decorated with turkey bone and encircled with bands of applewood. It is an artifact. Not terribly impressive, But it's our first artifact, so we'll take it. There you go. It's like, this was empty, but now it's back because of workflow. Restoring things, which is great. I was going to say, maybe workflow restores the jobs, but it might not restore them in an unsuspended state. Okay, see, we got these messages again. Became a stonecrafter, because that's their highest trait. I'm just checking that it didn't actually replace their profession. Okay, and it did not. Good. I'm pretty sure custom professions are sticky. Now, I do miss it. It is quite cool to see, like, all the different job names in the list. On the other hand, the organization's quite nice. Okay, so I do want to get our military organized. Maybe, okay, I was going to make the metal armor, but maybe our first military group should be archers, because this whole area, because this is probably built now, these staircases, build, construct, floor. Whoops. Because I do want, like, a permanent archer squad. Oh, I fucked something up. Kind of positioned. Oh. Oh, there's... I turned on box select mode? Holy shit. Okay. That's much easier. Thank you, DF Hack. I didn't realize that was a thing. Can I can start work planning the walls as well. Oh well, this is saving up so many clicks. Series of walls. Although I'm going to want to roof this. Now, roofs are frustrating to do with stairs. The best thing to do is leave a piece of wall unfinished. Instead, construct a ramp in that spot. Because the problem with the stairs is you have to build the upstairs, then on the floor above you have to build the downstairs. Then you have to put all your floor down, then you want to maybe remove the stair to steal, and it's like, wait, how does it work? So you do it in part of the wall, but again, you need the pair. And you can deconstruct the upstairs from below, but you still have to do the extra construction. You just do the ramp. Then you only have one thing to deconstruct later on. So yeah, so we're gonna, this floor here, once this finishes, these walls are gonna get carved formations into them. Now you can construct formations, you can construct fortifications, sorry. You can construct fortifications directly, but a fortification that was just constructed as is doesn't count as sort of being a floor above, can't be walked on or constructed on, whereas a wall that you construct and then carve fortifications into does act as a support above. So it takes the extra construction job, or sorry, it requires an extra like carving job, but simplifies your construction. So probably better to build the walls and then carve the formations. We'll see. We're gonna want to do an overhang as well on the floor above to prevent people from climbing up here. Well, actually, I guess there's going to be no entrance on the top, so being able to climb on top of the roof doesn't really matter too much. We might want to prevent them from climbing up and trying to, like, stab through the fortifications. I don't know if they can do that. It's probably fine here, actually. I don't know, an overhang is probably good. What I should have done, actually, it's not too late. Is I can just build this upper floor just one tile wider. That's really what I want to do. Because if I just build a floor overhang, enemies can hide under it and not be shot. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to designate, I'm going to remove construction of this wall. I don't think I can use the designate tool to cancel construction projects. Annoyingly, I think what I have to do is go into the queue mode and cancel everything this way. Plus, I just realized my corners wouldn't have been done properly anyway. What I want to do is build, construct, floor. Say, yeah, ignore building restrictions. Perfect. Like that, and then wall. I think, okay, the wall construct, I think they can build the walls diagonally as long as there's nothing else. I think this is going to be okay. I guess, alternatively, I can just build the wall, like, poking in and cut off the corner. You know what, I'll just do that, plus it'll look kind of cool. Oops. And do this. I'm going to... Yep, cancel you. Cancel that. To tell what I'm canceling. There we go. I think... Yeah, I think this floor's already been done. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna remove those corners. Oh, autumn has come. Yeah, one tile wider to stop climbers. I think that's gonna be the better way to do it. God, it's almost 4. Well, I'm gonna finish this tower. It's funny, it looks like there's symbols here. Why are there symbols here? Did I engrave something on the top of the walls, the floor? I built over the stairs, right. I gotta cancel that. Thank you for the reminder. Grind, 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 grind. Saving so slow. But I'm not gonna not do seasonal autosaves. Okay. Cancel construction over the stairs. Is that just what the floors look like? Well, I guess it's... Excuse me, the look of the suspended floor jobs. Right, I already have the remove construction here. Okay, I think we're okay again. Can't wait for the Steam VR version of this. And then, yeah, maybe the first squad we build will be an archer squad for positioning up here. Okay, let's let that be for a sec. Oh yeah, these forges can't be made because I don't have any anvils. But one of the first things we can do is forge more anvils. I don't think we're gonna have anything, at least not off the top of my head at this moment. I don't think we're gonna have anything on like a repeat protected job over here. I think it's all gonna be done through the manager. So yeah, it's still the thing where like there's just not really any purpose to this, like the gaps I put in front here. But except I suppose later we might end up with more metal forges or something. I don't know. Can we do nickel anvils? Okay. First of all, cancel, 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 cancel. No. Anvils. Yeah, it's just going to be the iron. So I'll put in the request. Tell you what, I'll put in a request for 2 more iron anvils right now because that's technically all I need. There's something else I was like, oh yes, foo. Can't remember what that is. It's the smelters. How many more? I guess we only have 1 mason. What we can do... Okay. My stone knockers, I'm going to turn the mason stuff back on. What I could do is I could limit the workshops to only allow masons with a certain number of skill to work on things. So we still end up with high quality goods. I'll have to remember that that's been done, because if for some reason our high skilled masons... there we go. Minimum skill, dabbling, novice, adequate. I actually don't know what the names are, but I guess I can just look at detroskification. He's an expert. So... Okay, expert's quite high. So, yeah. I think each one of these might be a skill level. So if I say adequate, I think they'll need a skill level of at least 2 to work here. Which is fine. I mean, it's not remarkable. But at that point, it might have implied a certain amount of commitment, and that's going to be okay. So same thing. They need to be at least adequate to be allowed to work in those masons' workshop. So I turned on masonry for the others. They will be able to, you know, construct these things, for example. And maybe they'll gain enough skill doing that they'll start working in the workshops, and that's going to be okay. How far have they come in the Steam version of DF? I can't remember what the game developer for it is, but their YouTube channel has had some videos showcasing it, including one very recently. And it looks really nice. I'm hoping all the hotkeys, the keyboard shortcuts, still work, because to me that's going to be very important. Because the menuing with the mouse and stuff like that is a lot easier for people who don't know things. But it's definitely not going to be as fast as doing it manually. It's 3 iron bars to make the anvil. Well, hopefully those smelters get set up soon. Because none of them are up, right? Yeah. It is being done by a third party, yeah. Although in a lot of the YouTube videos, it is, I think, has Tarn been in all of them? I think it's Tarn, not Zach, that's been in the YouTube videos to showcase it. So they're clearly working with the proper DF guys. Gold chamber pots, still Tarn with some helpers, yeah. Like it's a third-party company that's dealing with a lot of it, but it's in very close association. So we don't have anyone who's really idle. A couple people no jobs, and they're just in between things here. How's our stockpiles? We got lots of drink, lots of food. Interesting. Did I not set with my bookkeeper settings? Oh yeah, please keep all counts accurate. I know it takes extra time, but outpost liaison. Huzzah! Excellent. So, trade caravan, because it is autumn. We should have tons of mugs to sell. Tarner's doing the coding, a team's doing the graphics. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Okay, liaison from the mountain homes, discuss your situation, information added to the world, that's great. Now, I thought in DF Hack there was a way to save it. I thought it was like control something, but it's not listed over here. Because it would be nice to be able to just be like, no, we still need the same thing. I want all the clothing stuff. Bring miscellaneous bars, I might buy some. All the seeds, that's going to be okay. And then, just out of laziness, I'm going to updo the powders and not give a shit about anything else. I mean, ask for glass, ask for this, ask for whatever. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Combat. Oh, that's hunting? Hunting a weasel. Flesh Render stands up. Why did you fall down? I improved my archery, that was satisfying. Good. Were you wrestling? I don't know. Oh yeah, so now we have a... What was a Fey mood? I actually don't know. No, there you go. Yeah, Alex is at a 20. Some of the moods don't give you the legendary status. But yeah, Alex is now a level 20 legendary +5 carpenter. Because as soon as you're level 15 and above, you're legendary. So now our carpentry is going to be excellent. Alex is the only one on carpentry, and the other jobs, in fact, I might want to just literally turn off everything else. But I don't know. We still need a little wood burning. Lime making doesn't matter because we're not doing that right now. We may as well have you work on some wood burning until we get some extra people in the woodwhackers over here. Yes, hunting dogs is a good idea as well. You know, maybe I'll do a few of those right now. Now, so there's a couple of tricks for that. Any dogs that get trained, until they get assigned, they follow the trainer. So as a result, well, luckily we only have one flesh render right now, and our flesh renderers are also responsible for animal training. So Sarge is the only one who would do any training of animals right now. So if he trains a couple of hunting dogs, they will simply follow him. And I think it might be time for that. Thank you for the reminder. Because we have a good number of dogs. We filter... Is there not a search here? Oh, it's the top. Oh no, we don't have as many dogs as I thought.